Overfelt's last.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. Once again, we have a meeting today. This is a special call board meeting of the San Felipe Del Rio CISD Board of Trustees, today being Thursday, June 29th, 2023. Our secretary is not here today. Ms.
All right,
Gonzalez, could you
Absolutely.
call
I love it.
attendance?
Mr. Galindo?
Present.
Ms. Guanajuato Webb? Not here. Ms. Haynes? Not here. Ms. Luna Chavez?
Present.
Mr. Mesa?
Here.
And Mr. Overfelt?
Present.
And myself. Sir, we have a quorum.
Thank you very much. Let the record show that we do have a quorum of board members and that this meeting has been duly called in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code, Chapter 551. This time we will have opening ceremonies, first with a moment of silence for personal reflection, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand.
Easy for you to say. Pain, okay.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. I do have, I believe, Mrs. Webb that will be coming in late. She just indicated that she's just parking her vehicle and coming in. We don't have any citizens to be heard. So we go into the consent agenda. Again, there's minutes of some meetings, and there's some contracts over $5,000. If there's any question regarding any of those items under consent agenda, now is a good time to ask. Anyone else? No questions? Then I'll entertain a motion for approval of the consent agenda. Okay, Mr. Overfelt make the motion, seconded by Mr. Galindo. All in favor? Motion carries unanimously. Again, we now go on to administration. First item that we have under administration is consideration 10A, consideration to approve the 2023-2028 District of Innovation Local Innovation Plan. Sandra Hernandez.
Good evening, President Mesa, Dr. Rios, and members of the board. I am very pleased to announce that the District of Innovation Advisory Committee has formally approved the final draft of the Local Innovation Plan. You have a copy of the plan with you. The copy of the plan requests of the Commissioner of Education as required by Texas Education Code 12A.002 that the District of Innovation include the following exemptions from the following statutes. Texas Education Code Section 25.081A, first day of instruction. Texas Education Code Section 21.003A, certification required, and Texas Education Code Chapter 37.0012, and FO Legal designation of Campus Behavior Coordinator. It is now I'm pleased to present this plan for you for formal approval by the board to be presented to the Commissioner of Education for submission.
Again, this is a 5-year plan, correct?
That is correct. It is the plan for 2023 through 2028. And you will see as a separate attachment figure, 19 Texas Administrative Code. You will see that form is the form that we will submit formally to the Texas Education Agency and the Commissioner of Education, outlining the exemptions as discussed.
Any question from board members? Hearing none, the recommendation, please.
Yes, sir. It is the recommendation of the administration that the Board of Trustees approve the 2023 through 2028 District of Innovation Local Innovation Plan.
You've heard the recommendation from administration. Motion made by Ms. Gonzalez. Is there a second to the motion? Mr. Orfeld, all those in favor? Motion carries unanimously. Next
Thank
item
you.
we have is item 10B, consideration to approve the nomination and endorsement of San Felipe Adoro CISD Board President Raymond P. Mesa to fill the Region 15 position on the TASB Board of Directors. Sandra Hernandez.
Yes, sir. Once again, the duties of the Texas Association of School Boards Directors to represent his or her region on the TASB Board of Directors, Direct Affairs of TASB in accordance with Articles, Incorporation, Bylaws, and Advocacy Agenda. The TASB Director Representative also ensures that the association fulfills its mission to provide visionary leadership and advocate for high-quality services to its members. Mr. Raymond Mesa, our board president, is currently a TASB director and has proudly served in this capacity since 2014, seeks the nomination and endorsement as the TASB Board of Directors Region 15 representative for the 2023 through 2026 term.
Thank you. This is, again, a formal nomination from the Board of
Nominations.
Trustees. And I do have one challenger at this present time from San Angelo. So what we do is the process, they'll schedule interviews in September, and may the best person win. So we go through an 11-member trustee director nomination committee, and they interview you with approximately 11 questions, and then they add up the points, and that person's selected as a director for a term of 3 years.
3 years. Mhm.
You've heard, any questions from board members? Okay, then I'll entertain a motion for approval. Motion made by Becky, seconded by Ms. Gonzalez. All those in favor? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you
Great.
very much.
Congratulations.
I appreciate that. Again, we go through an interview process, so I'll let you know.
We thank you for your service, for being the director, sir.
Thank you. Next item we have is item 11A, consideration of approval of the 2023-2024 Technical Dual Credit Program Agreement between San Felipe Adoro CISD and Southwest Texas Junior College for the purpose of continuing the partnership. Ida Gomez.
Good evening, President Mesa, Dr. Rios, and members of the board. Tonight, we present the renewal for the Technical Dual Credit Program Agreement between Southwest Texas Junior College and the school district. It does outline the following pathways and programs of study: the Air Conditioning and Refrigeration Technology class program, the Aircraft General Maintenance, Automotive Technology, Certified Clinical Medical Assistant, Certified EKG and Phlebotomy Technician, Certified Nursing Assistant, Construction Carpentry, the Emergency Medical Technician, and the Welding Technology. The entire program is attached in the board packet, and it does include the different programs of studies with a synopsis for the pathway for each one and the responsibilities. Are there any questions?
Questions from board members? Continuation. Okay, could you read the recommendation, please?
Yes, sir. It is the recommendation of the administration that the Board of Trustees approve the superintendent of schools to sign the Technical Dual Credit Program Agreement between San Felipe Del Rio CISD and Southwest Texas Junior College for the continuation of the program as presented.
You've read the recommendation from administration. I'll entertain a motion for approval. Motion made by Mr. Galindo, seconded by Becky Chavez. All those in favor? Motion carries unanimously. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item 13, Business and Finance. 13A, consideration to approve the 2022-2023 final amendment budgets for the general operating debt service and food service programs. Amy Childers.
Good evening, President Mesa, Dr. Rios, and members of the board. The first item that I bring to you this evening are the final amendments for our 2022-2023 general fund budget, debt service budget, and food service budget. The first one that we will be reviewing is our general fund budget. And we are at this time proposing proposed changes of $713,825 in revenues to bring us to a final proposed budget for revenue of $96,046,845. For expenditures, we have some amendments through the functional changes that equate out to net to a zero overall change, but will result in a proposed expenditure budget of $112,356,509. For a total budget deficiency of $15,873,037. When we add this to our beginning audited fund balance of $45,372,567, that brings us to an estimated ending fund balance of $28,763,784 for our general fund.
They're different.
I'm sorry,
Oh,
I
sorry.
was just reviewing the packets that you inserted today. There's 3 different packets.
Yes.
I was just showing you.
This should be the first one.
They're all different. They're all okay. Does everybody have a copy?
Yeah. Ms. Webster.
Oh, wait, they were separate.
Yes, sir.
They were separate. I just want to make sure that everybody has a copy of that. It was separate from our book, our agenda. You have it, Mr. Wellington? Okay. All right, sorry.
Okay. Going to continue. For debt services, for our revenues, proposing an amendment, decrease in revenues of $35,000 to bring us to a proposed revenue budget for the year of $5,212,074. For expenditures, an amended amount of $42,000 increase on expenditures to bring us to an overall expenditure budget of $5,106,725. For a proposed budget excess of $105,349. When we add that to our audited fund balance for the beginning of the year of $737,395, we're estimating an ending fund balance in our debt service of $842,744. And our next one, for our food services and our revenue, I'm bringing you an amendments to increase the revenue of an increase of $722,830 for an overall projected proposed revenue budget of $7,993,938. And expenditures, a budget amendment to increase expenditures $430,000. I apologize, $292,830 to bring us to a expenditure budget of $7,568,534, which brings us to an excess of $425,404 for the year. When we add that to our beginning audited fund balance of $1,848,568, we're looking at an estimated ending fund balance in our food service account of $2,273,972. And that's our final amendments for our 2022-2023 year.
Any questions from board members? No questions.
Okay.
Recommendation?
Yes, sir. It is the recommendation of the administration that the Board of Trustees approve the 2022-2023 final amended budgets, which includes the general fund, debt fund, and the food service fund.
Okay, you've heard the recommendation from administration. Is there a motion for approval? Motion made by Mr. Orfeld, seconded by Mr. Galindo. All those in favor? Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you.
Go on to the next item. Item 13B, consideration to approve a resolution to commit the fund balance of the general fund. Amy Childress.
Good evening, President Mesa, Dr. Rios, members of the board once again. So this, you should have a second packet. And at this time, I'm going to go over our forecasted actual expenditures and our commitment projects that we would like to put forward for approval to carry to the next year. So at this time, we are forecasting for revenues to be $95,897,522 in our general fund. With expenditures of $97,957,934 to end the year with an overall deficiency of $2,060,412. We started the year with an audited fund balance of $45,372,567. And when we add that to our current estimated deficiency, we estimate an ending fund balance of $42,576,409. And then at this time, I'd like to go over the committed projects we would like to put forth for approval. The first projects I'm going to go over are projects that were started that we already had committed balances for in 2022-23 that we would like to carry forward to 2023-24. The first one is asphalt work at Del Rio High School, Chavita, and the warehouse for $80,000. The next one is the Cardwell North Heights parking lot improvements for $177,300. The Cardwell North Heights Playground Park.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
So that was also part of one of the memos you shared with us, correct? This list of.
Yes, you should, yes, it's the second one, I'm sorry. It says consideration to commit the fund balance.
I don't see it.
Sorry, let me locate. I gave my 3 memos away. That list is actually in there, correct?
Yes. It's the list of projects and then the resolution.
This is not it. Yeah, a little small.
Does everybody have that? It's kind of small. Do you have- did you find
Yeah.
yours? Okay.
I'll start with the list again. So we have these are the 2022-23 committed projects we would like to recommit for 2023-24. We have the asphalt work at Del Rio High School, Chavita, and the warehouse for $80,000. The Cardwell North Heights parking lot improvements for $177,300. The Cardwell North Heights Playground Park for $224,550. The Cody Wardlaw Gym renovation, $1,429,745. Construction documents for the Sports Loop Water Loop, $85,000. Del Rio Freshman Life Skills Road and Driveway, $437,533. The Del Rio High School Little Theater improvements, $44,814. The Del Rio High School perimeter fence, $149,189. The Del Rio Middle School parking lot, $1,200,000. Electrical work at Del Rio High School and freshmen, $190,000. E-rate projects, $60,004. We have money for insurance roof repairs, $66,793. New elementary costs for Sinisa Hills, $2,271,480. The new Roberto Bobby Barrera Elementary School, $185,625. Purchase of buses, $240,120. The remodel of North Heights to Cardwell, $1,862,482. Safety and security equipment, $638,251. And we have the semi-trailer and cab at $167,448. Altogether, that totals $9,510,334. In addition, we have a couple of new projects that we would like to commit for 2023-24. The first is the district insurance contribution for $1 million. The Sinisa Hills student meals of $500,000. The retention pond or roadway at the Old Garfield, $80,000. The Calderon fire alarm system, $214,330. District fencing, $488,377. District HVAC repairs, $250,000. And then the next three items are new items. These are purchase orders that were currently started and the work has not been completed, so we'd like to roll those forward. And that is for work being done at the Garfield HVAC for $250,000. The Sinisa Hills playground equipment, the portion of $218,500. And the district share of the electric buses that are on order for $218,635. Those new projects add up to $3,219,842 for an overall total 2023-2024 commitment of $12,730,176. when we take that amount and add it to our estimated ending fund balance, that brings us to a new estimated ending fund balance for 2022-23 of $29,846,233. We have an estimated minimum fund balance requirement of $21,062,629, which leaves us with an estimated excess fund balance of $8,783,604.
I'll ask board members if they have any questions. For the record, Ms. Linda Webb just entered our meeting. Welcome. I have a question, Dr. Rios, in regard to the safety equipment, safety and security equipment. Is this in excess of the additional safety allotment per student?
Safety security equipment on the first column?
Yes, first column.
Yes, sir, that money is money that we had put aside. The other money on the right-hand side is money that we reclassed from the grant. And that doesn't count the money that we'll get for this coming year, so there'll be plenty of money for safety security.
In addition,
Yes, sir.
yes, I know that we had originally classified that as a local expense, and then the grant came in and covered all that amount.
But
So the increase, wasn't it like a $2 increase per student, safety?
that's for the coming year, isn't it?
Yes,
Yes.
so I think it was like $952 a student, and they brought it up to $10 plus the $15,000 per campus.
But we're doing both. We're doing the local commitment that we did, plus the grant money. So it's quite an investment that we did this past year in safety and security.
Okay. Anyone else? Yes, Mr. Webb.
Dr. Rios, does that include the additional request for 2 additional officers? Or is that separate?
No, this does not include the request for the 2 additional officers, but in the budget, we have money for the additional officers that are going to be taking, just for the additional officers we're going to add. So we plan to add up to 4 this coming year.
Thank you.
We'll talk about it some more because it involves some decisions from the board, but that's our plan.
Okay.
Anyone else? No other questions? Recommendation, please?
Yes, sir. And there is a resolution that will need to be signed also for the amount that we're committing, just so you know. It is the recommendation of the administration that the Board of Trustees approve the resolution committing the fund balance of the General Operations Fund.
We have heard the recommendation from administration. Is there a motion for approval? Motion made by Mr. Galindo, seconded by Mr. Orfeld. All those in favor? Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item 13C, consideration to approve the general fund budget amendment for the 2023-2024 commitments from fund balance.
Good
Amy
evening
Childress.
once again. And at this time, we're going to move over to our 2023-24 budget, which was adopted at our last meeting on June 19th. And at this time, I am just submitting the amendment to add the committed fund projects to the 2023-24 budget in the amount of the $12,730,176 that was just approved.
Does everybody have access to all that? Any questions? No questions, so recommendation,
Yes,
please.
sir. It is the recommendation of the administration that the Board of Trustees approve the general fund budget amendment for 2023, 2024 commitments from fund balance.
You've heard the recommendation. Is there a motion for approval? Motion made by Ms. Gonzalez, seconded by Mr. Galindo. All those in favor? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next item we have is item Human Resources, item 14 on the agenda. First item is item A, discussion, possible action to approve employee job descriptions and evaluation forms. Aide Garcia.
Good evening, President Mesa, Dr. Rios, members of the board. We're proud to announce that the district was awarded the 21st Century Grant. In the grant, it does stipulate that the district must hire a director, a specialist, and I believe 4 coordinators? 7 coordinators. So we're bringing the job descriptions for your approval. If you have any questions on those job descriptions, we'll be glad to answer them.
I'm sorry, I have a question. On the site coordinator, on the education certification, we discussed the bachelor's degree, okay, but we never discussed having teaching experience. And if I read it, it talks about 3 to 5 years of successful teaching or administrative experience. That's not part of it.
Okay.
Okay.
Will we just remove it? Okay, so that will be changed to preferred. Or remove it completely.
It's just removed from there.
Okay.
Okay. Everybody understands that? To strike out.
So,
Mr. Overfield.
so is it best to approve as is with the provision of striking, or to bring it back to us with everything struck?
No, it's best to approve as with it stricken, because I like to post these jobs ASAP.
Okay.
Anyone else?
I'm sorry, Mr. Mesa, I'd like to just also look at the program specialist. Also from that one, we need to strike 3 to 5 years of successful teaching or administrative experience.
Any other changes?
No, just those on those two. I apologize for that.
Okay.
Excuse me, which one was that?
The
sec-
specialist and
The
the coordinator.
specialist?
And the coordinator.
And the site coordinator.
Everybody understands? Okay, recommendation then.
It is the recommendation of the administration that the Board of Trustees approve the employee and job descriptions and remove or strike through the experience, the 3 to 5 years of successful teaching or administrative experience from both the coordinator and specialist job descriptions.
Heard the recommendation. Is there a motion to approve the recommendation made by administration? Motion made by Mr. Galindo, seconded by Mr. Overfeld. All those in favor? Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item 14B, consideration to approve the updated 2023-2024 district compensation plans. Aide Garcia.
Yes, good evening, President Mesa, Dr. Rios, members of the board. The grant also stipulates the salary that these individuals should earn, and also because they do require a bachelor's degree, we have moved these from the paraprofessional to the administrative professional pay plan. Under pay grade 2 would be the coordinator and the specialist. And then under pay grade 5 would be the director. And again, these are under the administrative professional pay plans. Any questions on those?
So, Dr. Rios, all these will be 226. Will this be a year-round program pretty much?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any questions from board members? Hearing none, the recommendation, please.
Yes, sir. It is a recommendation of administration that the Board of Trustees approve the updated 2023-2024 district compensation plan as presented.
You've heard the recommendation from administration. I'll entertain a motion for approval. Motion made by Mr. Galindo. Is there a second to the motion? Ms. Gonzalez? All those in favor? Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, the time is 6:07 PM. We're going to go into closed session pursuant to pursuant to 551.074 and 551.071 of the Texas Education Code. Again, if any action needs to take place, it will be taken upon reconvening into open session. We're now in closed session. Okay, the time is 7:06 PM. We're reconvening to open session. We're down to item 18A on the agenda. Consideration to approve the personnel report to include the following: new hires, district vacancies, retirements, resignations. Aide Garcia.
Yes, good evening again. It is the recommendation of administration that the Board of Trustees approve the following personnel: Sandra Guerrero, health science teacher at Del Rio High School CTE; Javier Mendoza, social studies teacher at Del Rio Middle School; Valeria Vasquez, dual credit teacher, education teacher at Early College High School; Amanda Arredondo, first grade teacher at Dr. Fermin Calderon; Rosa Ladd, third grade teacher at Dr. Fermin Calderon; Daisy Pulido, third grade teacher at Garfield Elementary; Maria Trevino, pre-kindergarten teacher at Irene Cardwell Elementary; Denise Prange, fifth grade bilingual teacher at Lamar Elementary.
Heard the recommendation. Is there a motion for approval? Motion made by Mr. Galindo, seconded by Mrs. Webb. All those in favor? Motion carries unanimously. Item B, consideration to approve the position of help counselor for Ruben Chavira Elementary. Aide Garcia.
Yes, sir. It is the recommendation of administration that the Board of Trustees approve Mia Smith, help grant counselor for Ruben Chavira Elementary.
You've heard the recommendation. Is there a motion for approval? Motion made by Becky Chavez, seconded by Ms. Gonzalez. All those in favor? Motion carries unanimously. Item C, consideration to approve the position of help counselor for Dr. Fermin Calderon Elementary. Aide Garcia.
Yes, sir. It is the recommendation of administration that the Board of Trustees approve Deborah Luna as help grant counselor for Dr. Fermin Calderon Elementary.
You've heard the recommendation. Is there a motion for approval? Motion made by Mrs. Webb, seconded by Mr. Galindo. All those in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'll abstain. Okay. 5. So it is again approved. Item D, consideration to approve the position of help counselor for Lamar Elementary. Aide Garcia.
It is a recommendation of administration that the Board of Trustees approve Brenda Bonilla as help grant counselor for Lamar Elementary.
For the recommendation, is there a motion for approval? Motion made by Mr. Orfeld, seconded by Mr. Galindo. All those in favor? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. And that, we're going to table the one for high school.
Yes, sir.
We have superintendent's report. Dr. Rios.
Yes, Mr. Mesa, members of the board, in light of the school district closing the offices for the 4th of July week, as we traditionally do, we are going to be posting the agenda for the month of July. Rather than hold the regular scheduled meeting on the 17th, we'll hold it on July 24th, Monday, July 24th. That'll give particularly the Finance Department time to come in and do all the reports before we post the agenda. We do this every year.
Thank you. Any questions from board members? We're good. There being no other items on the agenda, is there a motion for adjournment? Motion made by Mr. Galindo, seconded by Mr. Overfelt. All those in favor? Motion carries. We are adjourned. Thank you and good night, everyone.